up guys, it's your boy Frosty and welcome back to another video. Today we are here at Cedar Point for Winter Chill Out 2026. Obviously I was here for 2025. If you want, you can also take a look at that video. Link will be down below and also be on top of this little corner right here. But yeah, we are here. Probably going to be mainly the same thing it was like last year. The only thing difference is it's not going to be any new ride reveal or anything because they don't have any rides to put since they already put like technically 2 out last year because of Top Thrill 2 and Siren's Curse. But I mean, Top Thrill 2 came out in 2024. But so yeah, enjoy the time with me and I'm gonna show you around and how it is. Alright, so we are going to the Jack Ultra Theaters for like their live entertainment stuff. Oh, this one's amazing.
So this is our street show from a couple years ago on Celebration Stage. And this console is a smaller version of the consoles we have at Palace Theater and Red Garter Saloon. Each of the tracks are labeled and individually controlled right here. These are the faders. They control the volume and the level of each track. Feel free to come up and mix the show as you please. Take out what you don't want to hear. Put up what you absolutely do want to love and hear. Like for example, the bass is right here. Want more bass? Bring up that bass. You don't want a bass? Bring it out. Yeah, this was the console that actually was at Celebration Stage. A lot of inputs, especially during the Halloween time. So we had needed a bigger console for that. This has 72 channels that we can individually control.
Yeah. Is this something that you do?
Yeah. I'm the audio supervisor year round. So anything audio-wise in the venues, outdoors, boardwalk nights. That's cool. I help out with that.
Oh, this is an interactive lantern. I'm guessing you're the one that like makes with the interactive lanterns and stuff like that?
We do help with that, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you go into any of our mazes or scare zones or watch any of our shows, we work on the lantern stuff there.
So like if something goes wrong or something, like
yeah, so that's something that I would have to work on fixing.
Are you guys like using the same lantern for this year, or are you guys gonna change it up, make it like a different design?
I don't actually know
that's still up to
if
discussion.
we're going to get this one again. I'm not sure what this year's will look like, but the previous ones do work
the same
anyway
thing.
still.
Okay.
So like this was the very first year that we got them. They still work.
Okay.
But I don't know if we're actually going to get a new variant.
Like another variant, like
yeah, because this was the second version and they added on the haptics. So I don't know if they're going to do anything else.
Okay. So is there like the difference between Gen 1 and the Gen 2 or not?
Yes, it's actually in the operation and what it can do. So these ones, basically, once it's on, you just kind of go and do whatever you want. If you want to trigger other things, you just hold it up to in the vicinity of something to trigger. Whereas this one, if you want to trigger other things in the park, you have to hit the button. But color-wise, effects-wise, they do the exact same thing. One of the other new features on this one is the haptics on it, so it does vibrate. That could be programmed in for any of our shows or things like that. So that's the difference on the second version versus the first version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
but they all still work. And then if you also go to like Kings Island or Carowinds during
all the other Cedar Fair parks.
Yeah. So if you have a Cedar Point lantern, it'll still work at other parks as well.
Okay, so they're just showing clips of shows they've done, and then this, I'm guessing they're discussing where this is like the project idea for like all this facades for like concept for the shows and where they get their ideas.
Exactly.
And then it's just like props and stuff for like their obviously for their shows and stuff. Props. So this is from the Shriek show this year. I had seen the first one in 2024 because they had the celebration stage, but they don't have that more because of Siren's Curse and extended for Iron Dragon. But this was the show. I haven't seen the show personally, but I've seen clips of it and looks like it was the same thing. They just add more effects and mostly the same songs, but they just changed the theming and all that other stuff. And then you got, I'm guessing these are those shows that's coming in probably in June, because May they don't really have any shows going on for like the opening month. But yeah, you got Generate. Oh yeah, this is what Tony was talking about, new shows. So you got Generation, so that's a new one. Peanuts Happiness, that's, I think, seen that one bar. Rock This Way, I seen that. Country Crossroad, which it's been done. Wildcat, Rockabilly, The Wild Mice, Dan in Residence, Boardwalk Nights, and Hoots and Hollers Comedy Show. So this is probably one of the new shows, so I'm kind of curious of what this is gonna be about. Okay, so got done with the Jack Bridge Ultra Show. Pretty much the same thing. I actually talked to more of the cast members. Last year I was the Maverick group, but this year I'm the Raptor group. So it's different. I thought it was gonna be Maverick this time, but nope. Okay, so we're going past my favorite ride in this park, which is Top Thrill 2. Can't wait to go ride it in 3 months from now. Okay, so we're at the sign-in shop, and they pretty much do like the guessing game, which is like one of those carnival games. They're just repainting it, so like this is probably what it was during the season of last year, and they're just gonna repaint it. And then you got some old stuff, so you got like Snake River Falls, which is not here anymore. Mean Streak, Blue Streak. You got different designs right here. Which I don't know if this, I don't think I've ever seen this in Hollow Weekend. And then that's the Millennium Force theme. The old Wicked Twister sign. It was a good. It was a good ride. Like the clip art of like how the design looks, and then the execution of what they're gonna do. And then you got 3D model of, this looks like Main Streak? Yeah, this is Main Streak. This don't look like Steel Benches, so it's gotta be Main Streak. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it's Main Streak. Okay, and this is pretty much like for the train for Halloween weekend of Haunt. I'm not gonna show most of everything because it's pretty much kind of same. It's pretty much the same thing as like last year's. So some stuff that are new I'm gonna show. Most of the stuff that I don't show, I'm not gonna show because I've already seen that last year. He does with like the pretty much like with all the audios for like the rides. You know how like Science Curse has the siren speaking to you when you're going up the love chain, and then rock metal going down as you're going the duration of the ride. And then like the Top Thrill launch and the music during the queue and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. By the looks of it, we are gonna go behind the scenes of Maverick. And funny enough, next year is gonna be Maverick's anniversary. I'm actually gonna touch a roller coaster track. I was in there a couple of years for Winterfest when they did Millennium Force, but hopefully they bring that back so I can actually. This is one of the track supports. We're just this close to touch a track piece, so I'm gonna put my whole ham on it. So, you know, this is the first I ever touch an actual track piece of a roller coaster before, so very excited for it. One step for man, one step for hand on track piece. So cool. Touching the actual track piece is cool.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Okay, happy coaster dad right there. So we're in like the tunnel where the second launches is, and these are the LSM's motors to launch you for the second half. definitely colder in here, but definitely can't wait to ride this back in 3 months. So yeah, next year is Maverick's 20th anniversary, and what do you think they're gonna do? Most likely it's probably gonna be in the Q&A. Probably people are gonna ask that questions, but I think if they're gonna give it like the Millennium Force treatment, they're probably gonna repaint it. And this is speculation. A lot of people was talking about it, but they're probably gonna do a hardline run, but it's probably not gonna happen. All right, so we're gonna go to the barn. The only thing different was they had a route last year, so you ended in the Jack Aldrich Theater at the end, and then gift shop, and then you can leave. This year is they started off that first, going there, and then working way back. This year, from last year, they didn't take us to the hotel's launcher facility building, so that's weird. I don't know, maybe they're just not putting it out this year for that, or changing it up a little bit different. So there's some little difference that I see that are different from last year compared to this year. And then you got obviously the barn animals here. Yeah, I guess what I heard is they brought them in from last night to here, so they're probably not staying in here, I'm guessing. They're probably like a facilities maybe nearby, and then they'll come out in the winter. Come out when opening day comes out. Alright, this is like where the train comes by, and then there's the Millennium Island right over there, because once you go out there, yeah, so it'll be right over there, the island, because once after the first drop, which is somewhere right there, go over there, you're in the island right there. So they used to have stuff in it, and then I think they had one flat ride. I forgot what the name of the flat ride's called, but they demolished that a long time ago, and right now they just barely use it for like a scare zone, if I remember correctly. I don't know, they don't use it as much. It used to be called the front. I think there was like a playground for children, and it used to be called the Frontier Trail, but I don't know, maybe they should bring that back, or yeah, I don't know, bring it back, or probably put something, maybe like a little kiddie ride or something, or like make it like a kid land or something. I don't know. Okay, and you can tell by the looks of it, Millennium Force, that's what they say last year, that you're gonna repaint it, started on it last year and finish it by this year, and they kept their words, because I definitely could see a repaint on this thing. There is the new Gen 2 Vekoma tilt coaster, and I can't wait to ride it. It's a good ride. If you haven't been on it and you come to Cedar Point this year, definitely get on this ride. You would not be disappointed. Okay, so looks like the train is wrapped up, and it says do not open till 2026. So what does that mean? I think the train probably got a new paint job. Yeah, I think it looks like it got a new paint job. Alright, so I talked to one of the maintenance guys for the shop, and he said it's not. I was misinformed. I thought it was looked like it was the train, but it's not a train. It's a churro stand, and it's definitely not a repaint job. So it's probably like an overhaul design, that like blueprint, how they wanted the colors and all this other stuff. So yeah, but he also said that it's going to be announced probably on the Q&A. So Tony will probably say something about it later today. So yeah. So we are in the maintenance room for Iron Dragon. So this is like where they'll take out the trains in case of a situation, like if it broke down or they can't get the rides back on the track function properly because maybe like sensors and all that other stuff. So yeah, they have like the shelves, a little workbench, a vise. This is a different room I've never been. So this is where, the maintenance room for Siren's Curse. So you got parts laid out. They keep it in storage bins, so like organize which parts go to each. I really don't know what you call this. And they got the schematics right there of how it's put together, I guess. And that's like the latch for the restraint, so it clicks every time. So like that's why you feel the tightness every time. That's when it's like latching you. I guess you got this is the train of Siren's Curse, so they got it by pieces. I don't really call that. I mean, it looks like a couple of brackets here for there, and it looks like all this other stuff. But they still got the restraint, it just not. Oh, it still does. It has the shocks for it. And the lash. This is cool. This is like 3D printed of, I guess, the manufacturer's iconic ride vehicles that makes these for parks. But it's like a 3D model of the trains of different rides. So they got one for Millennium Force, one for Top Thrill 2. And they even have the colors specific. They got a gray one, the black one, and the blue train of the train. Okay, and then the 50th anniversary merch. I think it's just a t-shirt and a hoodie, but they said that would be shot glasses and mugs for it. Not a whole lot of merch for this roller coaster, but it's a decent, like a decent items and stuff like that for it. And that's the back of it. And this is the merch for Winter Chill Out. So they got hoodies, which I do like this color. And then they got long tees. I was trying to see if there was like a short sleeve, but I don't think there is. But just long sleeves and a hoodie. Okay, so just got done with Winter Chill Out. It's freezing right now. That's why I went inside to get in my car to warm up. But yeah, so we got done with all the other stuff. I already seen it before, that's why you didn't really see it. But then we got to eat lunch, typical same thing it was last time. Then we went to the Q&A, which I will put that in another video of like the notes. I already took notes for it, but I'll do a separate video. It's like with all the news and Six Flags. I'm gonna do like another video that does like my thoughts, how I feel about like I'll talk about like early entry, the price difference, and what Winter Chill Out's new and what's gonna come up for the park for this year. But yeah, and then the little voucher they give you in the beginning when you get here, they give you one for the lunch and then another for a special gift, which they didn't do that last year, but that's why I saw that. Well, I saw Kelsey and she mentioned it about it and I didn't even know about it. So shout out to Kelsey for that. Also, Tony talked about it during the Q&A. So yeah, and the gift was at the end when you go to the guest service, because you got to go through guest service in order to get out of the park, is a poster. And then I was kind of like disappointed at first because I didn't think you were gonna get a beanie, because last year I got this beanie for Winter Chill Out, of course. And then I was like, we got that at the beginning, we didn't get that at the end. And then once I went around the corner before exiting the park, they gave us the beanie. So it doesn't have the sponsor, or doesn't have like a Kid Again charity for it in the back, because it had like 2 embroideries, but it just only has the Winter Chill Out, so the same as this. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe. It also helps with the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And this is just Frosty. Peace.